but that's my Roman Empire.
It's just waves all in a whole. Like, it's just so fun to watch them play. And honestly, with Little Bocks, we don't have too much to go off of because of the multitudes of subs that they have. So they could really surprise us out of the gate here on Ancient. I'm so excited, Affinity.
I worry sometimes about mixed teams on Ancient because it requires such a strategic depth, but we'll see. And we talked about it straight down mid. It's going to be hyper-aggressive. Andrea takes the opening pick, finds the first. The flash is absolutely immaculate. What is going on here?
Oh, is she going for a knife? She's going for a knife! What?
In round one.
All right, and Bouchard's left alone. Finds one headshot, but Scraft finds it.
What a round.
Pandemonium.
There's no words. There's no words for what we just saw. That flash from Bouchard is everything. That flash doesn't come through. Completely different situation. We get a scrappy fight in mid where everyone can see everyone. No one knows who's aiming where, but that flash from Bouchard carries.
Oh, yes. I'm feeling really carried right now. What you need here, especially on Ancient, utility is king. I guess queen, you could say. ESL Impact.
True.
Flash out to mid once again. Not going to be found too much. Olia with a bunch of sight lines here down mid. Just going to fall back with a lot of damage onto her. Sakura trying to get a little bit closer into that mid area. She's going to get herself taken out, but the damage is done on these teams. Inetta left alone with the Glock. Oh, she picked up MP9. This could get interesting here with Kira. Finds the kill. I'll fall back. No control of the bomb. 3 players left. Could save this, but there's not too much to save. Just go kill, especially with that kill reward, the SMG.
Difficult one here as well. There's nowhere really to go. Once that smoke fades, she's in a whole world of trouble. She could push towards B, but she's not getting that bomb down or that bomb retrieved. Let's level with ourselves here. So it's about whatever damage you can do, or maybe if you can just take this MP9 into the next round. There's somebody waiting right around the corner, though. It's a battle of the SMGs, and LV's got the angle.
Not too bad of a second round conversion here for Waves.
No, I think whilst we're here as well, something to highlight. We talked about how Olia is probably going to be a little bit of a nuisance in mid. When I say a nuisance in mid, I mean super passively in mid here, actually. Because I've just remembered that what she goes for a lot of these opening picks, they're a very sort of laid-back team for the most, but I say as they hold themselves down mid. Usually, they like to just sit back. They don't take mid control. They just let Olia passively hold red room. But I mean, they've decided they want to take the fight to them, and Scraft's already up here. Picked up the AK. He's going to try to stop them getting any other weapons. And the smoke going down is hopefully going to stop that. Sprays through. He's going to take down Sapphire, but 4v4, there's a little bit of chip damage. Another smoke comes on out, and they're kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place here. But they haven't managed to really get any further towards sight.
Yeah, but that kill on Scraft was 100% needed for them to keep themselves in this fight. Keeps the CTs at least falling back for the time being. The smoke's helping. Kira here. 3 players kind of sat here. 1. Oh, and that's going to be a nice crossfire. Kira's going to find it. Sakura able to get a trade just over by Cheetah. CT's going to start funneling in now. Kimmy, nice sight line, but not the kill. Olia is starting to run her way down. This retake's still here.
A flash for this as well to try get her teammates out onto site if they need to, but actually they don't need it. Elvie's just going to run and find the headshot.
Shard's still here. Still able to just stop this defuse. The kit is on, though. She needs to stop it soon. It's not going to work out for them this round. Sakura, a nice 2K for her that round. Waves, it's feeling like an oiled machine here.
It is.
At least for Waves.
It is. They are a team with a deep strat book. They are looking really cohesive together. And the issue is with Little Bocks is especially when they're playing with their coach stepping in, when they're playing with, substitute after substitute, series after series, is that they don't get the opportunity to build up that same level of well-oiledness that you're talking about. They have to go in super aggressive, hyper-aggressive, and play this a little bit puggier, and that's what we're seeing here. They're just hurling it down, but the issue is these smokes are devastating and so well-timed that they are just being cut off from exactly where they need to go at the exact second they need to go there.
Yeah, and respecting it so much, just kind of holding and waiting for the CT aggression. I think the bomb is moving its way somewhere else, but Waves, they've kind of stuck to their guns, stuck to their places, not over-rotating quite yet, because they really only have mid control here. Have to just control the funnels out. Scraft going searching here through A main. She may be able to cut off a couple rotates depending on where she likes to go. Smoke out for ramp.
Scraft's position here is just absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
There's nowhere they can't back out now, and as they back onto a stacked B bomb site, it's going to just be a bloodbath. Ooh, Sakura needs to be careful. Almost caught with the utility in hand there.
Ooh, they're getting caught by the players in cave here. It's going to be Andrea with a nice 2K, but Scrap shuts that down just as soon as it happens. Kimmy left alone in CT. Not much she can do against Olya in her AK. Let's have a little bit of utility, but the util's going to start dump towards her. They have spotted exactly where she has to be. The footsteps have been heard.
14 seconds as well. There's nothing to be done. She upgrades her weapon and she's got a fair amount on her. She's got Kevlar, helmet. She's got a near full belt of utilities. So honestly, leaving it at this is not the worst situation in the world. But I mean, Waves are looking unstoppable. They've been playing this very oddly, but I think maybe that's in part due to the fact that they don't have Daria, who is such a pillar of their defense here. She's such a bastion of you can just trust her and leave her to her role, to her site, and not even have to worry about it. You know that she's got it handled. But now we can see, Elfie starting to take up a couple more of Olia's positions, and that might just be, playing passively in Red Room just gives her the opportunity to not have to be so as upfront and worrying about the level of execute. But here we go, Olia back.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Netta does get a response though.
Yeah, nice trades there. As Little Bocks, they're able to take this ace, but so quickly as that happens, the CTs are here. The Molly not slowing them down, just a couple of ticks. AK is going to slow him down. Trades are here. Kira's going straight through that smoke, and could get caught off by Sapphire, but just like that, Sakura is able to triumph and is just looking for a gun. AK to pick up before she hits that defuse.
You gotta give kudos where it's due, though, is that a lot of these rounds, they have been bringing it close. It hasn't been, for the most part, clean sweeps. We're seeing it come down to just a player or two alive, and that's really good to see. The issue is there is only so many rounds that we can sing praise for this, right? There is only so many rounds that we can say, oh, they're doing damage, they're trying to keep the economy humble, because ultimately that means nothing if you then can't mount a comeback and put rounds on the boards, because that's the win condition. But for the time being, we can talk about how they've had guns in almost every round. The utility's been a little light on the ground, but, flashes have been good. And, the nade stack's brutal. But, Kimmy, to their credit, they have been finding answers to the opening pick very quickly.
Yeah, just like that. Throwing a lot of aggression in towards Min. They threw a lot more towards that B ramp and able to get those opening picks over there. Well, they missed that mid-opening. They're able to get themselves that B site. Bomb gets planted. Don't think they're going to go for this. Exit's really what you need. The money not really on their side. If they're able to find a couple of kills, might as well try.
If LV can find Kianetta here, but the issue is there's no flash for this, but it could be a matter of timing.
Just walks straight out, but scrap finding too. Switching to the sidearm, not gonna work out, but so close for Scrap.
You see a world. You see a world where it happens. But the fact that they even bring the comeback that close, the fact that they've A, the confidence to go for it, and B, that they bring it that close. If we see that one fight versus Kianetta go a different way, that could have been it. That could have been done and dusted. But being able to just hold off that final backstab means that it's a single-pronged approach and then everyone can turn their attention back. It comes a little close, but they get it done. Oh, they're falling victim to the nade stack again. They run through the Molotov. They're burning alive. And look at that. Mid is under their thumb.
Oh, and they're already jumping up shelf. All of that space is the CTs, but Kianetta trying to find space somewhere else. Just like that. I'm really liking this from Little Bocks. They're able to find space elsewhere and kind of get the distraction out of it. Smoke not going to slow them down here on this A site either. LV going to go down. Olia is on the other side. Over in Donut is smoked out for the time being. Trying to spam in to contest this plant. Not going to work out. This is kind of a backwards pronged approach, just like you were saying, but I don't know how much strength it may have. It just has to be Kianetta here. Has to find these. It has to expect Scraft on the other side, and she does. Olia left alone. Wants to save this AK, I'm sure. Ooh, able to find one.
She's not going to expect this. Here's the...
Yep.
I was going to say, I don't even know if she hears the footsteps or if she has time to react, but lovely conversion. We talked about it. There's no point in saying they're doing economical damage until they start putting rounds on the board, and they've started putting rounds on the board, Apples. This is what happens. This is the snowball that we start to talk about. But I think Little Bocks, one of their huge strengths is I think people underestimate them. We talk about their experience, but the thing is, they are kind of unassuming. They're a very chaotic team, and people think that they can kind of just deathmatch against them. It's a team that superpower is drawing out overconfidence. Teams get a little bit cocky. We don't usually see Waves play anywhere near this aggressive, and they're getting punished for it.
I say punished with air quotes. I feel like they still have a really big foot in this battle. Big
True. Oh, Andrea, lovely position here.
Ooh, able to at least find one. Kianetta helping her out there on the other side. Olia picking up her sidearm. That's 3 found for Bocks.
Yeah, I mean, rounds like that, they were just on those pistols, so you can kind of expect it. But Waves, I'm a little bit in shock. I feel like I've been thrown in a pool of cold water here, because this is a far cry from how we usually see them play this map. Usually, very reserved team. I talked about it. Olio likes to just sit in red room. They don't even have eyes on mid most of the time. They just sit back on their hands, on site, and wait for them to play into them. But this time, we're seeing them rush mid round after round after round, and the early nade damage is good, but the opening fights, they go 1 for 1 yet again.
That's where Waves needs to figure out, are they wanting to get this mid battle? But right now, it's a battle for A main. The trades are equal once again. LV is in Donut, gonna get smoked out once again. Now backwards fight for this A main. Very close in. Kianetta very low. That would have been an insane kill to find. 3-pronged attack. Nice kill from Kira. No, so close. Kianetta is so low. Andrea hiding around the smoke. 1v1. Flash out high. AK versus Sakura here, and she finds it with the FAMAS, and she is on fire tonight.
She is one of the best ancient players in North America. I'll say it every time we see her on this map. She does nothing but put up numbers. She does nothing but be a fortress for her team. And I love it. It's great to see. They put themselves back on the board. Again, though, it's not exactly a clean round. It comes down to that 1v1. It comes down to one player being left alive, which on the CT side can be a little bit damning, especially when you've got Little Bocks putting rounds on the board now. Yes, it's getting a little bit out of hand, and at least even at the half, but, you know, they're doing a good job. Little Bocks, they've kind of impressed me. They haven't gone down without fighting. Waves, again, rushing mid. Andrea, though, wants something to say about it this time.
Rushing mid, but taking it from shelf. The kills go equal once again. Kimmy and Sapphire are so far up here in mid. Sakura kind of forced back here into Cheetah. Cannot push any farther. Has to wait for that to clear. LV not going to be getting too much of a sight line. Oh, could have maybe seen a sliver of a player here. Lots of these CT players are kind of pinned down in their locations. Kira, able to see Sapphire here in red room. That's an insane kill to get, and must get this other one from Kimmy, or at least Calm for help. But just like that, kills go equal. But they're in the hands of little Bocks. LV left alone. They know where she's at. She is an MP9. If she's able to find this one, that would be insane for Waves.
Yeah, not the right weapon for this. Even if she finds Kimmy, the fight on Bouchard, there's no way she's going to be allowed to get close enough for that MP9 to be in ideal range. So she just has to back away and save what little she can, because her team's not going to have much here. Maybe you see if anybody else had a slightly better weapon, but I don't really think they did. So just the FAMAS to be saved, yeah.
And all the other places for the weapons, they're in very visible locations for where these T's are going to be exiting.
Yep. Little Bocks, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't expecting them to be this loud in this series, and I have to put my hands up. I'm gonna have to fill out one of those apology forms. It was like, what did you do? Underestimated Little Bocks. I did exactly what I accuse the teams that play up against them of doing, and that's underestimating them. And I think that's kind of been something in North America this season to watch out for, is that there's been a lot of teams that these score lines don't really reflect what it's like to play against them. I mean, Waves, for instance, took a map off of FlyQuest. Right? They took them to 3 maps and all of regulation. It was a 13-11 on Overpass, that final map. What a series. But, I mean, Little Bocks, maybe this is the roster formulation that's the key. Sapphire with the first, Key with the second, and Waves, this over-aggression is just getting punished again and again and again, and I'd love to see them. I know that they're just on pistols. I'd love to see them just ease off the gas a little bit.
That would be great, but gas is still being punched into this wave, at least for now. A nice boost up here for LV. The FAMAS not getting much damage at all. They're all just kind of blindly firing here with the flashbangs, with the smokes, with everything here. Just got to sit back and wait for something easy to work out. LV able to find a little bit of the edge of a player, but they're so well tucked here. Finds one. Maybe a second. Okay, this is getting close. Kimmy from the other angle able to finish that out for Little Bocks.
Yeah, I mean, there was 2 isolated 1v1s there. She managed to bait out 2 people separately to give herself 2 1v1s. Unfortunately, there was a 3rd position, a crossfire that just didn't get broken. I think if she'd been any further away from it, that it wasn't immediately triggered, that she could have very well had a chance to bait out yet another set of 1v1s. But no, she unfortunately just doesn't have that luxury. Waves, once again, this time they don't decide to hold themselves quite down the bottom of mid. They decide to tuck into Donut a little bit more here. But Sakura, we talked about her in this position, gets the first 2. She's hungry for more, but Kira, unfortunately, has wiped out the last player showing their face right now. She wants to go further. Unfortunately, Andrea going to punish that overstep. But now the rest of the team, they can just encroach. Oli has pushed all the way through the corridors, and now Andrea, I mean, her location's known.
Yeah, that's exactly where you were talking about punching in the brakes, pulling back on the gas there for Kira, just kind of slowing it down after you get those first couple of openers on that B site. You didn't necessarily need to go in and get that player. Sure, that information would be lost if she does move and reposition herself somewhere else on the map, but they know exactly where Andrea is. Olia has the other angle down, so she can't get out of T-spawn without making any noise to any of these CTs right now.
Last round of the half, do or die, all or nothing right here and now. No utility available, but the smoke has faded, so that's one less problem to worry about. But unfortunately, another problem lurks right round the corner. Is she going to clear it? Unfortunately, Sakura, bulletproof, beautiful headshot, and is going to finish off the half. 7-5.
Like you're falling. Do you recognize that feeling? The demons under your ceiling, and everything hurts and nothing is healing. Yeah, I don't even wanna be awake, cause every second that I live is like a wasting. Can you help me start a replace all the memories that stand in my ways? You know what I really hate the most is that happens to me is like a ghost. It's so far away. I only should I stay away? If only dreaming can erase the pain. Tell me why should I waste another minute staying in this critical phase? I'm just praying for some better days. I'm just praying for some better days. I'm just praying for some better days. Some better days. Some better days. I'm just praying for some better days. It's too late in the evening. I should probably get some more sleep, but I just can't seem to set my mind at ease. I can find an escape. There are many doors I would take, but I can't make one of them become a way. So I'm drowning myself in the media, cause I don't wanna face what I'm feeling yet. I am scared of fighting this alone. I've tried to turn on the light, but my demons know how to hide. Lately there is just no end in sight. Tell me why should I stay away? If only dreaming can erase the pain. Tell me why should I waste another minute staying in this critical phase? I'm just praying for some better days. I'm just praying for some better days. I'm just praying for some better days. Some better days. Some better days. I'm just praying for some better days.
Press play. You know I feel the same way. Something crawling under the surface. Snap your fingers, we'll go there. We can find your inner furnace. Keep racing to the mantra. Don't stop, get what you're after. No rush to find an answer. Let it all out. Stay moving as the beat goes. Feel free and let the rain go. No need to know tomorrow.
We are back after a fiery first half from both of these teams. Little Bocks now on their CT side. We're going to have to see if the aggression still sticks here for both of these teams. They have kind of been polluting the waves with the gas that they've been hitting here. A-site already taken here from waves, and Little Bocks, answering back with two nice headshots of their own. Are they going around the world here? Are they trying to just take Cave by storm?
I mean, Scraft just put up one hell of a fight here. Needs to reload. Oh, just about will do so. Bouchard low range trying to help on out. Does indeed whittle down the numbers a little bit. LV, the last alive, running out of bullets here, running out of options. Does somehow manage to sneak in a reload. Gets a lovely headshot. Bouchard's running on forward. She has a kit, but the issue is she's been drawn so far away. And if all you can do is bait out time, that's all you need to do. Bouchard's done it. Should still have plenty of time just to get on this, though.
Does she? Yeah.
Talking of Bouchard, the wonderful Newt, the statistician god that is Newt, has pulled up some numbers for us. And the flashes that Bouchard has been throwing have been otherworldly. It has been more than the rest of our team combined, then probably like times by it's a lot. I won't do the maths on stream, but I'm telling you, Bouchard's flashes, if they hit anywhere like they did on that T side, going on to the CT side with a pistol victory like this, it is a recipe for successful.
Disaster for waves if they're not able to flash that or counteract it very quickly, taking a site in there. Entering into a very empty site for themselves. Bomb's going to be able to get planted. Andrea, Squadron could try and throw a little bit of shots, but just like that, Donuts taken by Kira.
Kimmy, I love that.
Okay, Kimmy's waiting and ready for it. All that positioning taken away from waves, just like that.
That smoke's causing them a little bit of problem. I think the issue that they have is when you rush a site like that, but you don't leave anyone watching mid, it leaves you so susceptible to quick flanks. And Kimmy is so quick on abusing that. Lovely read for her to hop straight on in there. The issue is going to be whether they survive. They've got a little bit of a crossfire here, but more bodies than bullets. There's the first play, but actually I think if you're Waves, you just want to cut your losses. Do not tempt fate any more than you already have. And Kimmy, unfortunately, dies just to the edge of the bomb radius there.
Thankfully, she just had a FAMAS. Do you really want to save that?
True. It's an ethical
Shade.
question at that point,
Full
isn't it? You
shade.
know.
Full shade, by the way.
I mean, but we've been seeing MP7s, okay? So
okay,
I mean,
don't say anything
they're
bad
worse,
about the MP7. Don't
I'm going to say all of the bad things about
that.
the MP7.
When
Wait until you hear
I-
my thoughts on the
okay.
MP5.
Okay.
Is that a
MP5's
Nova?
No. Oh my god, it is. Is that Kimmy Koi gave with the Nova too? Ain't broke, don't fix it.
I love it. I mean, it's on the wrong side of the map, and unfortunately, the whole of the A site falls. So she's going to struggle to get this particular weapon in a position to really do too much work. But she can get into Donut, and they try and push back out of there. The issue is the rest of her team's fallen. So even if she does get in position, it's not going to be effective in trying to re-pincer and retake this site.
Ain't broke, don't fix. Ooh, okay. Money found.
What?
AK found. Round still in contention here for Kimmy. Just kidding, Sakura's there. Holy crap, that was a money maker, though.
Sequence.
Yeah.
That's a highlight reel in and of itself. That's, you know, you've done enough now. But as you said,
five,
it's a
number one.
money maker. but the issue is with this one is that whilst it's good at making money, and in this situation, that's all you can ask for. And yes, it looks very snazzy. The issue with the shotgun is if they're not going to push you early on, by the time that she gets into donut and into a position, the rest of the team has been so thinned out that they don't even need to retake that donut control. So her position is obsolete. They're not going to push into it until the exit. It means that she's not got much way to impact trying to get back into this and trying to save and redeem this round, bring it into some sort of contention. It's just not going to happen. Little Bocks, what is it with this aggressive CT on Ancient this time? Neither of them are content being in their own spawn.
This is actually going to probably disrupt Waves a lot. If they went enough players over in A main, it would have been a little bit insane. But Sapphire, with those early shots, kind of alerted them to the issue, and the kills are being found here for Waves.
Yeah,
Getting out alive.
I mean, just an eco round to go up against, but there's not even going to be recoverable weapons here. That's
Nice
a
shot.
lovely shot, though.
Very nice shot.
Might be another one here, potentially. Olia might isolate a jewel, perhaps. Kura's not too far behind, and I think they might be expecting it. Oh, no, they're looking right at the wrong second. Missed shot is going to get punished, and Bouchard, unfortunately, peeks out just the wrong time for the three-headed snake that is this Waves exit to pounce.
Neither team wants to take a breather, it seems.
No, this has been all out with no timeouts. Finally we're seeing an AWP in the server. You know, we didn't see Olia pulling out that AWP at all. Kianetta is deciding that she wants a little bit of the sniper rifle action. I'll be curious to see if this changes absolutely anything about the pace, but I have a really harrowing feeling it will not.
Early, you tilt towards mid. Actually going to be pushing those CTs back with this full buy and the lack of money after this round for them. Gonna be a little bit hard to rebuy, so they want to be able to keep their forces together, not get the early picks out for Waves, especially since they've already hit double digits here. Kionetta, eyes set towards this A main, and that angle change is really good for LV. Andrea, though, on the other side of the smoke, able to hold down the forces. Kira, the only one able to find a kill so far into this A main push. It's her and LV left alone. Bomb gonna be able to get planted and fall down onto the site. Sapphire so close, held back by a smoke that's about to fade, and the CTs are gonna start moving their way in here.
Kira gonna be first up. All spots ahead, but eats a nade in the process, gets the first, but it's a trade. LV just has to tuck back in, and they're not gonna let her isolate the fights. And there's a couple of things I noticed in that round, Apples. The number one being that Andrea gets 4 kills here. Two of those is because whilst there are flashes available on the team, they choose to dry peek that smoke into Donut. And I don't know why you wouldn't throw something or just wait a couple of seconds for it to fade. But it's, you see it there, is Andrea can just turn around and a second peeks on out. Again, nothing has changed. They don't swing together. And I think that is kind of the linchpin that allows them, yeah, the bomb goes down, but there's no way realistically with the numbers disadvantage that wielded as an advantage for Little Bocks to abuse. There was nothing they could really do. And I think I saw a missed Molotov there to keep this off. It is so scrappy right now.
Very scrappy. That let LV get so much space here over on Shelf. Kimmy going hunting, 46 health. So many players potentially on the other side of this smoke. Just going to try and hide. Throw another smoke out. Scrap just on the other side of it. Just kind of all stalking along. Nice shot found from Kira onto Andrea. And I like the slight pause here. Not going fully in, and she's able to find Sapphire. That's 2 entries here for her alone. Bouchard on the other side of the site. Just trying to hide and wait for the rest of her team to come and join her. And there we go. The flash out. Not gonna quite fight this. I like this pacing here from Waves, at least on this site. Just like that, they all fall down. That was a great round there from Waves.
I think mechanically, beautiful round there. Kira's second pick there as she's peeking on site. It's like she's not looking the right way. This should, I believe it was Kimmy. This should be Kimmy's pick every day of the week. But no, the readjust is so quick. It is F1 levels of reaction speed, right? It's amazing. And then Olia's little bit at the end there, backside, something else. Kimmy's back on the Nova. I mean, she made good money with it the first time. Why not give it another crack? And actually this time, it's in a position it might be able to do something. They are all feeding into mid. It's a bloodbath. It's a boxing ring. Kills go 1 apiece, however. LV from the heavens trying to be the difference maker. Gets 1, gets 2, and Kira with the last. It's going to just be a quick and clean sweep up.
Just like that, Waves find 12. Able to close out this first map. That wasn't even their map choice here. Little Bocks, they have 5 rounds to make a difference, and they do finally have slightly of a full buy. That util coming in more of a clutch here, or more of a need here for Bouchard. Name of the game here for Ancient. Waves just need 1 more. Going back where it started, going back where it worked out so well, and that's going to be a full A main rush. Just 1 player over in it. Okay, never mind. Let me stop talking. Kiana with a nice 2 entry here onto this site. Just going to hold back the tees for a little bit. Olia doing so well, and a second one for her. It's 3 kills so far on this site.
The re-smokes are perfect on both of them, and there's a single flash to try get them back into this. Realistically, that's the only util they have. Try peek around the corner. It's going to be a little bit messy. Flash goes out. Ooh, it's going to be scrappy. Kimmy's not going to back off here, though. Sapphire gets 1. Now, what to do? Smoke comes out, blocks her out. And then are they going to hop on the bomb, taps it out, tries to bait her out, and actually she's going to lurk around the back of the smoke reactors.
And she finds it. Olia ace to win the last round of that map here on Ancient. Little Bocks map pick. Waves find it. Incredible work for them the last couple of rounds. It felt a little scrappy in the beginnings. No breaks for any of these teams, but all in all, they're able to take it here.
True. And we don't see a whole lot of...
keep going down the line of what they need to be completing round after round after round to get that win. And that's exactly what they did on Ancient, even though there weren't any breaks done. I keep saying they need to pump the brakes, but they don't need to quite yet. It seems like it's been working pretty well for them. Just the confidence move that they're just throwing into this game. And I'm liking it, but it's making me nervous.
I think it's making us all a little bit nervous, Apples, but we'll see if those nerves amount to anything just yet. And I mean, we're already seeing a little bit more of an aggressive CT side than we normally do from Little Bocks. They're usually pretty default, pretty stand, but they peel back quickly. And Waves, again, a little bit of a deviation from them on their pistol, deciding to push up rush long instead.
You're getting very close to the smoke. Kianetta at least finding 1. The kill's going the way of Little Bocks, and Just like that, Sakura and Scrap left to scramble. The Dooley's doing a lot of work here for Bocks. Sakura has to find 3, and it's not going to work out. The first found for Little Bocks, and oh, that's pretty good for them, actually.
That is, I mean, can't complain at a pistol round like that at all. They're going to have everything they want and more. They deny a bomb plant, which means they deny really any possibility for Waves to have a pretty good buy to try challenge this.
The Julies are sticking on Sapphire. I like that. Just keeping that on her. And, okay, I guess I spoke ill of it, and she proved me wrong. He's going to get traded out as Sakura is able to use that pistol for a little bit of work. Yanetta, sharp shots here. Andrea backing her up, and Olia left alone with Sakura. Julie's are picked back up, and just like that, Kimmy is already on that lurk against Waves right now. And they even get to this bomb site quick enough. The smoke goes down, or it's a molly.
Oh, the bomb goes flying into her hand there. Lovely catch.
Yes.
It's not going to get planted, though. That's
See your
unfortunate.
giggle there? See your giggle.
It was cinematic, wasn't it?
Yes.
I believe I can fly. And the bomb, absolutely. Paid actor here, quite honestly. Bomb
Yes.
wasn't on the script. But yeah, it's unfortunate there. It kind of gets out of hand, as you said, just a little bit too late. The cross gets caught, and whilst the bomb does not quite fall to the same fate, there's no time. They know that their only option here really is to swarm and overwhelm, not give her any room to try plant, set up, make something of this. Can that be our top player of the day? Is just the bomb, not any player in particular, just the bomb.
That's the top 5, actually. It's just that one.
All 5
flip
is
over
just
and
the
over.
bomb.
Yep. And here's number 3, Olia, once again, catching the bomb.
I mean,
NBA
they're just a
level.
flawless execution.
No, NBA level.
Talking of this, we're seeing their default execute. Smoke goes over. We'll see the Molotov for the whole of site go through, and then over towards Scaffold. The next one will go. But the issue is they've got to try to deal with the fights on site first. They do so successfully, and that gives them a little bit of room before they hurl the second set of utility to try keep hold of this site now.
Molly out for LV, and Shard has to fall back along with Sapphire. Can't really push that quite yet. Ooh, the tick down. It's going to give them the information just before the smoke blooms. Kira gets a sight line. Not much damage, but Kimmy jumping straight through that smoke, able to find 2. Scrap just hiding in this corner, has to do this standoff against Bouchard, and the AK wins. Scrap will save that round, just fighting down with that AK on that corner. Not exactly the easiest round that you could want for a B-side execute.
No, it is not. But I mean, the Waves B-side executes, we like to see them sprinkled in here and there. And it's always the same pattern, especially if Olia has the AWP. If you know she has the AWP, and we'll see this in play a little bit later on, and you don't see her firing down suicide, firing down mid-early round, you know it's going to be a B execute, because she has to go and throw that door smoke for B. Now we're seeing this control, and it's going to be LV picking up Daria's role as that second prong in the tunnels attack. Scraft up there on catwalk. They're going to flash her over to peek round the corner any second now. Nobody's near enough by, because there's a smoke in the way and another smoke on hand just to bolster this one if it starts to fade. But Sapphire wants to get up close and personal, knows that this is going to be where they're likely sitting for now, and they've got so much information elsewhere. Maybe Bouchard can stop the onslaught, stop there being a second prong, but Sapphire caught distracted.
Ooh. Trying to play anti there. Is going to get taken down. At least Bouchard's able to make a little bit of work on that flank on along. Kimmy just kind of hiding around the smoke here. Ooh, a little bit of damage, but the kill goes the way of Waves. The bomb site there. Smokes go out just to hide them in a tow. Oh, they can kind of make their way up along as that space. The nade out, not able to quite find the heads of Waves quite yet. I'll be in a nice position, and oh, a nice shot from her as well.
Bayonetta. Oh, spotted so many people. Able to isolate 2 fights. Graf gonna pop out for the last, but Bouchard, unfortunately, caught wide out in the open. A sitting Bock, I guess you could say, because it's not a sitting duck.
You know, one thing that I think Dust2 kind of does not have in comparison to other maps is that there's really no element of surprise a lot of the time, especially for CTs. If you're watching the utility, if you're watching things being thrown, you can kind of expect things, expect that cat rush, but it really depends on how you're going to bolster your team around that. If you're able to fight back after they're just sitting all on cat, tease, compared to the last round, you know exactly where they're going to be trying to go. They're going to try and go A. You have to go kill that long player and then fight backwards up towards its site. There's a little bit of surprise here, though. 4 players up long. Kianetta is going to be able to spot a couple of them and the bomb. Just a deagle in hand. Could maybe get a couple of shots or a little bit of damage before she's taken out. Now the rest of the CT players has to find a hiding spot here before they're taken out. Not much weaponry. They do have a USP. Could do a little bit of shots damage, but this is a waves around through and through unless Kimmy's able to maybe get a Zeus kill here. Ah, peeks out the wrong time.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I think that the way LV's been kind of slotting into this is that Daria is very much part of this pact with Sakura that push tunnels early. And then they usually leave Kira as that player watching mid doors, playing very passively, waiting to see if anyone's going to hop up catwalk for the retake. But it feels like LV's kind of taken that, which has meant Kira's having to play a little bit differently, playing elsewhere. Actually, it seems to be working pretty well for them here. And then we go, the entry pack going on through, and it's Sakura and LV. So she is actually taking a lot of Daria's roles here, pretty 1-for-1, but... Ooh, gonna be a fight in towards doors. Kira's waiting for it. The over-aggression, the dry peek will be punished 10 times out of 10.
Happened last map. It's gonna happen again. Bouchard gonna dry peek this. Gonna be staring down the barrel at a couple of players. Hopefully she's able to do a bit of damage, but the damage goes towards her. Not enough to get that kill on LV. And just like that, Kira's going to try and clean up a couple of the CTs, making their way on the cross, but that B site locked down for now. They have to fight back in. No utility. Has the weapons. They got to save this.
Yeah. Just got to go and hide. Luckily for them, nobody's really on the hunt. There's a lot of money in the banks for some of these players, so that's going to start being a concern for them. But this round, they can at least rest a little bit easy. I say that Olia's got a little bit of intent here, but time not really on their side on this one. But yeah, call to save early is really nice. We've seen a lot, mostly from the side of waves, situations where they are... Well, like, realistically, you should say. Realistically, you know this is not going to happen, but they still seem really eager just to try and get their foot in the door, just to try have something to say about, you know, even the unwinnable rounds. Little Bocks, I like the call to save here. It's going to be looking at the longevity. And finally, I didn't think we had the button for it. I thought the button for it had been lost. We alas see our first time out, My Kingdom, for a timeout.
No way. No way. I thought they got rid of those. I thought they got rid of those. CS2. It's very rarely that you see it here, especially for NA, and especially when your coach is playing.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a very large detriment that you don't have someone who's watching all the screens at once. Because when you're a coach and you're forced to play, not forced, but you're forced to only focus on your game. So you're not really seeing the overarching circle, overarching storyline from your team. So it's a little bit harder to kind of coach them through that. And you're not the IGL. You're slotting in for that player that's missing. So not quite ideal for Little Bocks, but I like that they're getting the timeouts in early. It's still round 7 now. They still have some teeth in this fight.
Yeah, it's not too much of a scoreline. We've seen them claw it back from similar. Here comes the flash on over. Lovely close angle. Are they going to clear it? No, they're too focused on Kianetta that they're not even suspecting Bouchard.
Ooh, messy spray, but Oli is able to find it. 2 kills under her belt. She finds an... okay. That would have been a little insane if she got that one on a soft Sapphire.
If she finds Sapphire there, it could happen. In fact, you know what? I'll say if she finds Sapphire there, it does.
That would have been a 1. That would have been a 1. That would have been a 1 round for Waves if she was able to get that kill. Because Olio's been on it today. Absolutely on it. Everyone's been on it here from Waves. I'm really liking the firepower from this team and not slowing down quite yet from Ancient.
I'm interested that we've not seen Olia pick up the orb. Is it because that hold from Daria, that peek from tunnels, isn't at the strength they're used to it? Also, Kira, lovely multi-kill.
Very lovely. Sapphire gonna at least try and have something to say about it, get a trade somewhere, but she does fall again to Kira. 3 kills underneath her. Kiana gonna not respect this smoke, gonna try and just sneak around it along with Kimmy in. Much damage gonna be found, but Kira finds her 4th. Round 1 for Waves. This is shaping up a little bit how Ancient was, where it's all gas, no brakes. We need another.
That was the name of a North American team for a while, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I want to say it was an advanced team. I remember. It was one of my first ever seasons casting. All gas, no brakes. Yeah. I remember them. You know, a little bit of an NA reference further afield from the women's team, but I'm very interested because this round, okay, Kianetta's now found herself an AK, and Kimmy's back on the Nova. You know what? I respect the commit. I respect the commit to the bit.
Yes. It's a good bit. Whenever it works, and she's able to get a hefty sum of money.
I mean, she's in the right position for a jumping one right now. Oh, just around.
Oh, but that tick down for Scrap. Oh, just narrowly misses it. Trying to jump up. Olia's going to shut that down, at least for now. Bouchard trying to throw a couple of shots over, and she's just going to get gunned down every which way. It is scrappy. It is angry, and it feels puggy, but Waves have this down to a science.
I would be expecting, and I've been expecting it from the start, that Olia's going to throw over the AK and buy an AWP. But she's not picked it up at all this series so far.
So I feel like it comes a time, maybe she was warming up and she didn't feel like she was hitting the shots that she needed to. And when it's officials, you need to feel like you are hitting the shots. Switching to an AK, I mean, 5 AKs still does a lot of damage, and it's working out for them so far on map up. Yeah.
I've got my thoughts on potentially why as well, but I mean, burning alive, there was no safe space, and the further back she retreated, the more open she was to more of these Waves players. Kianetta, lovely peek out there for 2 upgrades to the AK. Can continue to cause some problems because they're now kind of trapped in the pits of mid now. Nowhere really forward to push safely.
Plus an op over in CT. LV needs to do a little bit of work at least over on this B side just to take a little bit of the heat off of mid. And they could be able to get a nice headshot there over on Andrea as she hops up over, and she does, and just so quickly. Okay, Little Bocks, they are very fast acting here on the crunch, and just like that, bomb gets planted. They need to do a retake here. 2v3, definitely winnable, especially with Bouchard going in tons, but time is ticking.
Flashes.
2 flashes. 3 flashes, actually.
Need to get ahead of them here. Oh, uses the timing of the utility to perfection, but both kills get found and Bouchard activates at the perfect time.
I called it.
You did. You did.
I did.
Gold star on the caster chart there, actually.
Thank you. Oh.
But I think maybe the reason we're not seeing the opposite, I mentioned it briefly, is because Sakura and Daria are this huge integral part. I'm seeing the AWP. I'm not seeing it on Olia. I was going to say
someone else did a spawn?
I mean, it doesn't usually matter. Olia's always. I mean,
are they having fun today? I mean, go for it.
I want to say
You're-
pop off, but I'm going to wait for her to pop off first.
Yes, we're not going to cast or curse this, at least not quite yet. And with Andrea in such a close corner, it's going to be hard to clear that out for Sakura. I'm interested. This is quite interesting here from Waves. Oh, and what an interesting entry here for LV. Kimmy not going to be able to answer back quite yet, and the guns are forcing their way through mid and their way onto this B site. Blinded out Kimmy, not going to be able to find that, and Olya is on a tear. Just like that, I cursed her. Trying to do it. Nade bounce. Close quarters. Scrap finds it.
I guess I love the bait and switch, but I'm assuming it was unintentional. The point that I was going to make, which I am going to start back to, is I thought maybe Olya not AWPing because the Sakura Daria pincer from the tunnel is so key to their mid control that without the same level of assurance in it being Daria and knowing what the plan is from there, maybe they were leaning against it. But the fact that they've got the AWP in Sakura's hands raises more questions than I have answers for. Sakura just going to stand and burn in it, not going to be given the shot. Now they're going to funnel back towards mid, and there's a little bit of knowledge from LV in towards tunnels. They haven't quite cleared it, but she's just going to be there as a little bit of information buffer in case Kimmy decides to push. But she's got the AWP. She's not looking to do so. The ump is not going to quite manage to get itself into the round, but Andrea gets one before going down.
Scout's doing something. That's a lot of damage. Kimmy is actually able to kind of isolate a lot of these fights, but they are just so back and forth. Kianetta is able to pick up at least a weapon here in mid, but the players, they've ran away from her.
That's the last single piece of utility used, and if I'm not mistaken, it was a flash that they weren't able to peek off of. Bouchard's got one, though, that they can now start to crunch, and HP is looking low.
Ooh, nade out. Both ends. Can't really clear that. Sakura left in 2v1 with an op, and that's going to be 5 for Little Bocks. Same half score as Ancient. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Okay. You know I feel the same way. Something crawling under the surface. Snap your fingers, we'll go there. We can find your inner furnace. Keep racing to the mantra. Don't stop, get what you're after. No rush to find an answer. Let it all out. Stay moving as the beat goes. Feel free and let the rain go. No need to know tomorrow.
Weird, wild, and wacky are all words that we could use to describe how Waves have been playing today, but they have come out of the half victorious for now, but Little Bocks, a pistol round's all they need to close this gap, and they are hot on the heels of Olia here, just round the corner, but Kira from the heavens snipes away Kianetta. Olia, amazing flash for the peak, manages to find two, and Scraft there to double on down, and it's just Bouchard left.
Just to fight through Cat. I don't think she's made quite enough noise that they know where she's at, but there's only a couple of places to be looking if you're a CT guarding this bomb on this A site. It'd be a hard one to fight through, but could potentially be done. Kira low at health, and that shot's just going to alert them to more. It's like LV going to be the one to first take this battle. A little bit of damage. This Glock doing a lot on here. Shark just trying to hide in this corner for now. This would have been a really, really good pistol for them to pick up and still kind of in contention. Nice shot onto Kira. Nice snap on over. Very safely move her way on over, but LV able to peek out at the right exact time as she was watching her back.
Indeed. Lovely round to find. It would have been nice pick up there for Little Bocks. We've seen them 50-50 on the pistols today, but alas, not able to find this one. But T-side, it's not the end of the world. That lovely flash on over from Scraft is, doing wonders. But Bouchard, credit where it's due. Just too many angles to watch there at the end and no support to help have her six. But here we go into the next round. No bomb plant means no real weaponry to speak of, but a couple of upgraded pistols coming on through. Tunnels control and mid taken, and actually, this is the Waves we know, letting them take this space and playing a little bit more passively, sitting on their hands and on their map and site control.
We do a lot here, which is bodies and Glocks, but not much going to be found here. Okay, Kimmy finding a consolation prize here onto the site. A couple more players she has to fight through. Lots of open angles, and it's not going to work out for them at this round, not this time.
Yeah, I would be interested to see what default and what normal looks like for Waves on the CT side, because usually Bezdaria is that bastion of B. She is, she's got the B site, she's got the bastion, she's got the B for Bezdaria. It's all coming together, right? But she's not here today, so I'm assuming we're going to see a couple of countermeasures. Having said that, actually, they may just trust LV to get it done herself.
Oh, that's an entry for Andrea. Scrapped out of the gate. Kira, though, going to be able to play with these angles. Finding two. Olia helping her out. And just like that, everyone is down but Bouchard. Not a great feeling to have for yourself. All those AKs down are going to be able to get picked up by the CTs. And she's going to get caught just looking around the corner. Sakura with that last final kill. Double digits found for Waves. And it feels like they're starting to slot in to their CT, but still, we haven't seen a normal default from Little Bocks quite yet. They've just been trying to go long. That util wasn't really in response, and they have little to no rounds to fight back against with full buys.
Indeed. Now, over towards A, we tentatively head. Andrea is going to be left behind, and Here we go. A lot of utility. Boost on up. Actually, whether they're even going to be allowed to settle into this boost. Kira, unfortunately, walks through unsuspecting. Somehow manages to get past the first couple of players without being taken down. But alas, it's a short-lived victory. They have this space now, but Oli is going to re-smoke, make this even harder for them to get out. There is an HE to part it. No flash to get around the corner, though. But they've got mid-control, and actually, Wave's given them way more respect than is particularly comfortable.
A tricky angle there for Scrap. Getting out just in time. That one AK player could have done a lot of damage. Kianetta been on fire since Ancient. Been a very heavy hitter for Little Bocks. So having her with that hero rifle could mean a lot. She's going exploring. She's over on Cat alone here. Be able to do a lot of disruption. She's fighting Scrap. Just a couple of players, but Waves kind of leaving it. They're sticking to their guns, and these Deagles, they are disrupting a lot.
Yeah, they are. Olia managing to find one. Sakura has to be careful. Spots ahead. Very quick adjustment. She's good for it. And suddenly, they're bringing this back. They're whittling down the HUD. Molotov goes out to clear the site directly in front of her. Has to be careful dodging the HEs. Ooh, spots a little pick. Bouchard. Oh, it's clinical.
Okay, but Olia one-taps are even more clinical. She's able to find a couple more. That would be insane for Waves, but that double peek, the double hold on that angle, and Little Bocks, they're still fighting back here. They are still here, and that was a very important save round for them to win, especially just with those upgraded pistols. They're going to be able to fully buy into this round. There's a couple mistakes done from Waves that very savory, in fact.
No, not very savory. It's a very good way of putting it.
Oh, wait, that's an insane shot from Bouchard.
I love seeing it from her perspective. It's even more wild.
Yes.
Now, here we go. Waves. Scraft's been set all the way up mid. The hyper-aggression that we've seen today knows no end. Zoli is finally on the AWP. We're seeing it happening at last. Sakura, a little bit of a messy fight, but she does get it on the final couple of bullets, and Scraft's taken all of this space. Huge switch up in the pace, and it catches Little Bocks so off guard.
Just like that, able to turn it on their heads. The tables have turned, but Kimmy's in a very interesting spot here in the smoke. Kira, she's not able to kind of anticipate that. The rest of the team know exactly where she's at, and the bomb's all the way in spawn. Gonna have to fight through so many players to be able to get that. And just like that, Sakura, she wants to fight more. She had not a great opening fight. She was able to win it, but she wants to redeem herself, and that she does.
Lovely swing on out there. It's just looking really good here. I'm liking that Oli is finally going hard on the AWP, finally seeing it in play here as well. It's only taken her a map and a half, but I'm liking what I'm seeing, and the rest of the team's kind of coming together. We're getting back to some semblance of normal for them, I think. Gonna see them go heavy down long here, and they like this super passive hold on mid. Usually we'll see Sakura sit in scaffold and watch, but actually they've just given no attention, no mind whatsoever to mid in this round.
And pushing other ways, pushing a little bit towards long, falling back, making them kind of funnel their way up towards Cat. And this could be the Waves kind of trajectory. This could be what they want. They're trying to kind of keep them contained in this one area where they can pinch in and get the kills, but they want to kind of fight around this. Scrap with a nice opener. Sapphire going to be taken out. That firepower is gone. The entry Faggery not here. Kianetta is not putting the brakes down. She's still going to make her way through. Scrap with a nice second. She's really on it here tonight. And a third. Maybe a fourth. Oh, has to fall back. The reload's not there, but LV's able to help her out. Bouchard falls to Sakura. Everything is coming together for Waves here and now.
Yep, one more round, all that's needed. They've got everything they could want and more. They are tripping over themselves, and it's such a scrappy buy here for Little Bocks to try and keep this going. But we've seen them achieve so much on buys like this before, so they're not down and out just yet.
Not just yet. Still a lot of rounds that separates them from the win. At least from the third map, and Scraft's getting angsty. She's getting angry. She wants to go up mid, and Andrea is saying something about it. The force and the aggression here from Waves is going to be their downfall, at least for this round. 3 players out. Bocks have all the space in the world and all the aggression, but the 2 kills are they're going the way of Waves. They have very quickly made this an even playing field, 2v2. The health not on the side, but that doesn't even matter here. Andrea left alone, 1v2. Has to secure this win for her team if they want to at least think about that third map for the next round.
Yeah, it is all on her. Low health on LV, but the issue is that bomb is just nigh on unretrievable. Maybe the further Olia heads away, she can isolate the fight here, but Olia's realized she's had a quick look. She's heard nothing, seen nothing, so all eyes are on her.
Peek out. It's going to be insane. She's able to get it. Damage onto both of these players. They're so low, but one bullet could be it for Andrea. Both of them just right around the corner. Oh, she's not able to catch it. She's not able to check it. LV in an incredible spot there, and that's going to be the round win, the map win, and the series win for Waves here tonight.
Yeah, it is. They secure themselves a second win in the season, and it's looking pretty good. It's not how we've seen them play ever before.